Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
In this sacred manual of power manifestation, which serves as a scriptural authority containing the Shastra Pramanas, eternal unchangeable truths, Apta Pramanas, Atma Pramanas, Sakshi Pramanas, and Prataksha Pramanas, we present to you the various powers of Paramashiva. By this, we place before humanity the supreme authenticity of the power manifestation science established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashiva has systematically revealed these powers in their purest forms as various techniques and revelations to experience pure oneness with Paramashiva. As a direct experience of oneness with Paramashiva, his Shaktis powerfully manifest in an initiated being at different levels of human consciousness, physicality, physiology, psychology, and neurology permanently. We offer these power manifestation manuals to celebrate your experience of oneness with the Supreme Paramashiva. Nithyanandam.
Akashic Readings. Does life exist on other planets? What is the truth of the Bermuda Triangle mystery? Can I find out about my past lives? The hallways of Kala Chakra hide many answers. Get answers to all these questions and more directly from the source, the Cosmic Archives. Cosmic Archives are the mystical records of all the events, words, thoughts, and actions that have ever happened in the cosmos. The time shaft can be rewound and fast-forwarded for answers that only a living incarnation can access. Now, for the first time, a living avatar who is the embodiment of the cosmos itself opens himself in a language that we can understand. Akashic Readings. Google the Cosmic Archives.
Nithyanandam, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasya Lakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn. Beyond form, formlessness is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, throbhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 face. Ishana Murti as 5 face. Vamadeva Murti as 5 face. Agora Murti has 5 face. Tatpurusha Murti has 5 face. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 face. Agora Murti has is 5 face. Vamadeva Murti has is 5 face. Satyojata Murti has his 5 face. Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. all is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akada. Then all other Akadas. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your Guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. And powerful cognition from Bhagavan Satsang, Living Advaita.
I'll read out the exact literal translation and then reveal the sacred secrets. The literal translation is, O Pushan, consciousness, who is the nourisher, sustainer of all, the primeval solitary traveler, the disciplining principle of all, is like the bright effulgent sun and is the Lord of entire creation, which is his subject. Please remove all your rays of this radiating, brilliant golden light which had blinded me, so that by your grace I can have the divine vision of that most auspicious, graceful, beautiful form of yours. That which is there, the glorious sun, is the mirror of the Supreme Being, who is all-pervading, pure consciousness of the cosmos, indeed I am He. I don't know whether when I am talking about some sacred secrets, coincidentally exactly those mantras appear, or when those mantras appear, I talk exactly about that subject. When I read out the translation, I feel this is the grand narrative of Hinduism. This is the grand narrative of Hinduism. Sohamasmi. The lofty height of Shuddha Advaita and the grounded reality of Agama. Listen. The biggest problem with incomplete mind is whenever it develops wings, it tries to destroy the root, go against the root. That is why sometimes you even believe if you go against the root, that is what is developing wings. Just say no to your parents, you have grown up. Many of the kids just to establish, hey, now I am a big boy, let me say no to father, whatever he says. By the time you understand whatever your father says is right, you have a son who says whatever you say is wrong. By the time you have a father, by the time you understand whatever your father is saying is right, you have a son who says whatever you say is wrong. Please understand, many times you think the moment you have wings, you should forget roots. And if you have roots, it is against the wings. Incompletion exists in you as the fight between root and wings. Constantly you are trying to choose. Should I choose root or should I choose wings? Should I choose wings? Should I choose roots? Upanishad or Agama? Agama or Upanishad? In the modern day, whether traditional lifestyle or the so-called modern lifestyle, you think modern lifestyle is wings and traditional lifestyle is root? Understand, as long as the incompletion exists in you, as long as small way of thinking exists in you, I've seen the people who think in a small way are the most dangerous people. Understand, the moment they don't like you, they start hating you. They can't be just, okay, I don't have love, but that does not mean I have to hate. They do not settle down in that space. If they don't become lion straight, they become fox. Wolf, not even fox. Please understand, all confusion is only for small minds. Small minds which cannot look at the reality. I tell you one thing. From my own experience, if I have to give the essence of whatever I learnt from Arunagiri Yogeshwara, whatever I learnt from Arunagiri Yogeshwara, the essence is this: the more your mind raises, the more you will see everything in the form of solution. You will see everything is properly moving as it is supposed to be. The questions, doubt, everything will disappear. When your mind is becoming smaller and smaller, you will have more and more stupid questions. You will have more and more confusions and complications. Even if the solution is given, you will not be able to imbibe it, incorporate it, make it as part of you. You will continue to suffer with the same question like a rut. Understand? If you are finding the same solution for the same problem few hundred times in your life, you have small mind. That's the definition. If you are finding the more and more zigzag puzzles falling in place, the paradoxes, more and more paradoxes are falling in place, more and more the paradoxes settling in place, then you are expanding, you are growing. Please understand. You only need to choose between small mind and larger vision. You don't have to choose between modern life and traditional life. You don't have to choose between Upanishad and Agama. You don't have to choose between roots and wings. No! You only need to choose between small mind and larger vision. I tell you, it's all about whether you have a small mind which can find problem for every solution, larger vision which can find solution for every problem. The moment I pick up the responsibility of Hindu grand narrative, everything I see looks like a solution for that one issue. The moment I read this verse, it feels like a solution. When you have solved everything inside, you will go on finding solutions. When you have not solved inside, you will go on finding problems. You will go on finding problems. One of the most important point, sacred secret from this verse, you do not need to make a choice between root and wing. The original, pure science and applied science. Pure science is Upanishads. Applied science is Agama. Experiential laboratory is Nithyananda Sangha. Pure science, the Upanishads. Applied science, the Agamas. The essence master key shared in this verse is Sohamasmi Yosavasau Purusha Sohamasmi Tejo Yatte Rupangalyanadamandatte Bashyami Yosavasau Purusha Sohamasmi. Even when I am relating with you, I am you. I may be having love towards you, I may be praying to you, sometime I may have even incompletion with you, I may even be fighting with you, I may even be negotiating with you. I may even be bargaining with you. I may even be getting trained by you. Whatever may be, I just know I am you.
Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of remote viewing or Akashic reading is taken from the Jnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 84, Dharana 61. Akasham vimalam pashyan कृत्वा दृष्टिं निरन्तरां स्तब्धात्मा तत्क्षणात् देवी भैरवं वपुराप्नुयात् आकाशं विमलं पश्यन् कृत्वा दृष्टिं निरन्तरां स्तब्धात्मा तत्क्षणात् देवी भैरवं वपुराप्नुयात्.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 84, Dharana 61. Bhagavan Parameshwara says, look at the spotless infinite etheric space, Akasha. Beyond the sky and clouds, one should fix one's gaze without blinking continuously and make the body and the inner space steady and motionless. In the very moment, O Devi, one attains the nature and power of infinite space, Bhairava. Beautifully, Bhagavan says here how the mind is so small, it is only looking for attesting, approving itself, but reiterating the identity again and again. But if the mind is mature, the way the perception itself is completely different. How the perception happens as from the space of oneness, how Bhagavan is manifesting through each and every one, and such a gratitude starts flowing. The small mind looks at everything mind, 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 and tries to make more identity out of it. The matured mind looks at everything as Paramashiva, flows in gratitude out of it. Which mind we have to choose? It's our choice, Bhagavan says. How you want to live as a small mind and always stuck with a struggle, or you want to mature as a gratitude space where overflowing every action is Paramashiva's beautiful action, which is manifesting as reality. Everything falls in place. Bhagavan beautifully says there's nothing out of place. Everything falls in place. Such a beautiful way of existing, that everything is auspicious, is the really the in office, like a core people's auspiciousness, that we know the core secret of the office, how they have the in business secret, like that everything is auspicious. If you know that, you will understand that everything happens for just for you to expand more into reality, and everything cosmos is are ready to serve you, to bring that reality in you, waiting for you to make the reality happen at your doorstep and waiting to receive the command from you. But confused mind only looks at something very trivial and goes on fighting that why it's not fine. How the kids breaks a doll and says, oh, why it is broken, it got broken, I don't want it, I start crying, I start fighting, not knowing the kid is the owner of the whole shop, which can take any doll and start playing. We are the owners of cosmos. The Paramashiva space in us can manifest as anything. We are the owner of everything. The $1 trillion dad that is going to manifest through us. But unnecessarily, we are confused and always in the poverty consciousness and always in the space impossible, because we are not ready to accept such a beautiful space of oneness Paramashiva exists in us, even though our body functions with such a complicity, and it is happening in front of us. Every day is a miracle, every action is a miracle, every thought is a miracle. But forgetting that, again and again, we go on fighting as though we are functioning the body, we are functioning this world, and we are functioning everything. We ask why you're not functioning my life. In spite of you, Bhagavan says your life is taken care. If you just move out a little bit, more can happen. You're the blocking. Bhagavan beautifully says, if you put a green glass, the world will look green. If you put a red glass, it'll look red. If you put a clear glass, you will see everything as it is. The incompletion are all these green and red glass. We are constantly diverted into thinking and struggling with something which we don't have. And understanding in gratitude that every action that is given by Bhagavan is only for our expansion. Whenever we start doing in that space, only we are in gratitude, Bhagavan says. Gratitude does not flow simply. Only if you understand something is happening just for you, the whole cosmos is aligned just for you to understand this truth that you are the cosmos, you are the Brahman, you are the infinite, and you are everything is waiting to answer you, manifest through you, and make your reality. If we have such a gratitude and in a humble space move out of the arrogance, simply we'll see the higher reality. I am you, Bhagavan says, is the deep core why we function, how we function, who is I, everything that answers the question. Such a compassionate, uncompromising compassion, in spite of we throwing stones, he only gives us liberation. Bhagavan, such a compassionate space is only giving us the liberation. Everything is an opportunity for us to move towards that. Only in the thought current that gratitude, because Bhagavan is creating this just for me to get liberated. Every moment he is behind you, whether you are behind him or not. If he stops, we stop breathing because he is more continuous than us, even we are living. And Bhagavan did not give our mind to do the work of breathing. He said, I will take care of that also. If he can do to that extent and macrocosm to function the whole multiverse, he can surely take care of all the issues and much more to fulfill you and liberate you. Be in that right context all the time is the only thing Bhagavan asks. Only when you declare to be in the right context, it is going to become reality. All you need to do is a decision to be in the moment of what is happening, a gratitude space, that everything that happens is for you to realize the higher reality. With that powerful cognition, let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana, the authorities of Hinduism, the Vedic rishis and scientists who time tested and verified the science, natural calamity through Akashic reading. Sri Krishna, this is from Mahabharata book, Sri Parva, section 25, last two paragraphs. Sri Krishna, being cursed by Gandhari that his entire Yadava clan will perish by fighting among themselves, and he will experience the same agony that she underwent at the loss of her 100 children. In Mahabharata, the 18th day, when the ugly battle came to an end, Sri Krishna visited Gandhari to seek her blessing before he could leave for his kingdom, Dwaraka. But instead of blessing, he became a recipient of her curse. Gandhari, the mother, with a wonderful heart, cursed Sri Krishna by saying that he will experience the agony of the losses, losing his entire clan as she did. She said that Yadava dynasty should cease to exist, and her curse materialized 36 years after the war. Materialized 36 years after the war. So beautiful how they lived even to the extent of a curse to Krishna, and Krishna took it, accepted the curse of Gandhari because he wants to hold her chastity as the number one. Even as getting cursed, he is only looking for a spiritual solution. He does not go for the stopping the curse or providing answer or solution or healing, but just accept the curse, just to hold the chastity of Gandhari, how she lived a chaste woman, and a chaste woman says something, it has to come true. Such was his revelation and uncompromised compassion towards humanity. Bhagavan beautifully describes in his satsang with such powerful space. And let's go to Atma Pramana.
All over the world, all predictions go on saying world is going to end by 2012, world is going to end by 2012, world is going to end by 2012. I Ching, the Chinese book which talks about book of change, Mayan calendar which has calculated 26,000 years, and this webbot which studies the collective unconsciousness and predicted even 9/11 terrorist attack and Katrina and all other major calamities in the world. Even webbot says 2012 is the end of time. And all over the world, everything is pointing towards 2012 as end of time. Everybody is continuously asking, what is going to happen, Swamiji, what is going to happen? I am not predicting, please understand, I am not just predicting, I am telling you the straight away what is going to happen. First thing, there is no physical calamity as Hollywood movies show. There is no danger or physical calamity. As Hollywood movies are showing, huge tsunami and the ships landing on White House and LAX airport breaking. No, don't worry, there is no physical calamity. But the world is going to end in a different way. People living in the lower consciousness will end. A new consciousness will come to exist. The very idea of life you have will be different. Like after the communication revolution, the IT revolution, how the idea you have about life is different. I am the first incarnation sitting in one place and giving e-kalpataru all over the world. See, the idea of life is different now. I don't need to use extraordinary powers to appear and give kalpataru. Just simple video conferencing is enough. The idea of life has become suddenly different. That is exactly thing going to happen in 2012. Such a extraordinary conscious evolution will happen. The idea of life will become different. I'll speak later on in a detailed way how the evolution is going to happen, how we can use it for our enlightenment.
Basically, the Akashic reading, they're recorded and created, I guess you can say in space, but what does that really mean? See, whatever happens in time, there's a file. So whatever happens in your past, present, your future, everything is recorded in these records, in the cosmos. So when a being realizes that they're beyond space and time, they're able to decode those Akashic records and spell it out in a way that people can understand. That's what Swamiji does. So through him, Kalabhairava is communicating with us. And Swamiji is that channel. So that he can also relate to us in a way that we understand, and he can tell us what do these things mean about life. There's a time where he also answered people's questions from that space, from Kalabhairava. He also answered the questions about death. So many beautiful insights and understandings that we don't realize. What is going on behind our two eyes? We're only perceiving the world with two eyes. And that's what is astounding, because there's so much more to life and to the universe and to reality. So part of the reason Swamiji is waking up third eyes in people, because that is our ability to connect and see the cosmos and see what's reality, what is really happening. So these Akashic readings are amazing, and Swamiji has initiated the Nithyananda Gurukul. Many of those kids have been initiated to be able to do this. So how they do it is they connect directly to Swamiji, and through that connection, that oneness space, the kids are able, the Balasans are able to open up to Swamiji. So Kalabhairava himself actually reveals those records to him or her, whoever is there. Both the Balasans are all amazing. And I've had some readings directly by them also, and Swamiji. Never live with Swamiji, but it was an amazing experience. My very first reading from Kalabhairava happened in 2012, in November. I still remember. I was doing a class. I was in a class in the Ohio Vedic Temple, the Ohio Nithyanandeshwara Sadashiva Temple. And there was a program in which at the end we were able to ask Kalabhairava a question. So we all submitted our questions, and then they were read out to Kalabhairava, to Swamiji, while we were there. And I asked basically about my life. I wanted clarity. What should I do with my life? What was my path? I wanted to get a new job and focus on something else. So, and focus on what am I really supposed to be doing with my life and my career path. So I wrote down, should I join the ashram, as an Adinavasi, or should I do some other work? What work should I do? It was kind of a little bit of a long sentence. But basically, the person who read out the question said 4 lines, 4 words. Should I do this? And she didn't even finish reading the question, and Kalabhairava just answered like lightning. And I'm standing there, and I can feel his energy, he said, exact words I don't have, maybe a little bit. He said, you're going to be an enlightened sannyasi from Nithyananda Sampradaya. And I was just, the way he said it and how he said it and everything. And I was like, whoa, and it was amazing and powerful. And the thing was, inside, I was like, yeah, I know. It was really strange because I wasn't freaked out, I think a lot of people, when they hear that, some people, they get freaked out. I said, Yasi, oh my God. And maybe because, I was anyway thinking about that, even though it wasn't brought out into the light so much. Even though I was maybe curious about it, I couldn't name that feeling or name what that actually was. But it was there, And I just remember feeling so, kind of calm and sort of, not really surprised and kind of in a way relieved and kind of excited also, all these feelings.
Prataksha Pramana, scientific studies what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. The science behind Akashic reading. As time exists simultaneously as a dimension of space, all energy or information, energy is nothing but subjective information, is waiting to be decoded depending on the parameters and objects used. To explain this with a simple analogy, electricity is coded energy and is decoded in an object called a light bulb, and thus manifests as the light. At a classical level, all information is stored in bits in computer language as a binary of 0 and 1. which is then decoded by the software of the computer. As mentioned earlier, at the quantum level, information is stored as qubits. These qubits of information are present across the entire fabric of the cosmos and represent the entire information held within the cosmos in time and space. Interestingly, at the quantum level, the binary system exists as 0 and 1 separately, but happens simultaneously and concurrently, such that both 0 and 1 exist at the same time. Information regarding past, present, or future of a quantum nature is available, waiting to be decoded, but at the present moment, there exists no technology in science which can work as a true quantum computer and has the software to understand all the information and underlying principles of the cosmos. Biologically, the human brain has been linked to the equivalent of quantum computer. An avatar in the form of being, like Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is able to access the qubits of information stored across the cosmos as Akashic readings, as he himself is both the software and the hardware, the subject and the object of the quantum universe. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 3, Akashic Reading, page 90. We will now introduce a video on Retrieve Your Akashic Records by the Avatar himself, Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, on the morning of 29th March 2011 at Paddhati Ashram, Bengaluru, India.
Please understand, any action you do just based on the physical body will leave its wave and the archive in physical layer. All your physical actions get gathered and archived in the physical layer of the cosmos. Understand? Even a small act you do, like a simple eating, gets recorded in your file in the cosmic physical archives. Same way, any small thought crosses your mind, like, I think I should go and lie down and sleep. Even this simple thought gets recorded in your mental layer as a file and stored in the cosmic archives. Anything happened from the beginning in all 7 levels, in all beings, is available alive. Understand? 3000 years before, when you were in the pig body or buffalo body or elephant body or dinosaur body, what you thought on particular day and particular moment can be retrieved without any corruption or mismanagement or alteration. Whole thing is available. If the action which you did is performed from the first layer, it will be available in first layer file. If it is from second layer, it will be available from the second layer file. If it is from third layer of your body, it will be available from third layer of the file. But one important thing is, billions and billions of first layer files are available. Millions and millions of second layer files are available. But only thousands of third layer files are available, because people don't function from second layer and third layer. Understand? So when you go deeper and deeper and deeper, only few thousand or few hundred files are available from the 7th layer actions.
Each individual's DNA holds its personal Akashic records. Science says that the human species has evolved with a 2-stranded DNA, which is found in every cell, which determines the form as well as the potential diseases and skills we can have. Scientists are very clear that what we think is not our original blueprint. because we are able to study only one part of the DNA till now. The other unrevealed part, which scientists have not been able to study or logically understand its function, they have labeled as junk DNA or shadow DNA. Scientists are absolutely right when they say there are two parts in the DNA. And one part which they are able to study is responsible for the form and diseases. The other part is what is responsible for our spiritual gifts. I tell you, the other part is what carries all the siddhis and superhuman powers. I can say the part which is already discovered is junk DNA. The part which is not yet discovered, or maybe I can use the word yet to be realized, it is this part that contains information about who you really are on a level of spiritual beingness. It is that part to which I gave the name Jivatma, the individual consciousness, or individual self DNA. It is that part which carries our divine personality. By His Divine Holiness Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Setting up camera, setting up items for finding the natural calamities. Camera with timestamp, Jnana, pencil and paper, partner. Explain to the partner list of things, how you will be doing step by step all the process. Set up the camera, download a timestamp app, click on the video, ensure the time is shown on the screen vividly and clearly. Make sure the camera is seen, you and the partner, very clearly. The sound is very clear. There's no background noise. The place is very well lit and it's in a wide angle view. Take few minutes for recording these wonderful videos. Guidelines done on the video recording. Apply the Jnana on your third eye. Bring your awareness to your third eye. Offer the Guru Puja. Scan and write the natural calamities has happened in your city and mention happening in your city. Mention that through the third eye, whatever is revealed appears in the Atma Murti. Please write down the details and match it exactly what has happened and what is going to happen. Please verify when it happens, when it occurs. And if you're manifesting all these exactly, you're manifesting the powers of third eye. If only some part of it is correct, or the Kundalini energy is what you're experiencing, wonderful, you started manifesting the power of Akashic reading. Please share the videos authentically with my friends and family. More manifestation will happen. Verify every step is shown on the camera very clearly, step by step. And you can Google and verify the details, whatever is happened in that city, for verification. Share these videos authentically and with the powerful cognition to your friends and family. Listen to others' experience and videos of these manifestation powers for more entanglement.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen. Same way, you may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen and the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me, why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminders. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes this external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shared form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists The bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being, in the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just on jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
the most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here, Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness, through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving. For all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password. And it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda.
Shivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, Let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivaham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the power in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivaham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivaham.
Verify that no video editing Shakti Avishkarna Power Manifestation video happens. Verify video is not stopped or restarted during the process. All the videos are verified with a timestamp and wide angle view. No clues and hints while manifestation. No Bluetooth or gadgets during manifestation. If you'd like to use the Aushadha, Garbha or Mandala, wonderful. Please authentically write down all the natural calamities as seen in your third eye. Match it exactly with Google and what is revealed. Do not tamper the data during the verification process, or don't Google before you write. Very clearly do it authentically. More and more manifestation will happen. Thank you for participating in the Akashic reading of reading the natural calamities of the city.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotiyar Manifesting Power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the Power Manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of Power Manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham